Canelo's still the top boy.
Well, he's not been beaten at super middleweight.
40 punches per round. That's not a lot.
What does Canelo get out of it? Nothing. He can only lose. If he wins, they're going to go, yeah, you're a bigger guy.
I can't see nothing but a Canelo win. I think it will be an exciting fight at times.
Do you think Berlanga's going to start stronger?
I think Berlanga will win a few rounds.
I think in about 3-4 rounds he's going to sort them out.
But he's not going to outbox him for 12 rounds, plain and simple, and he's not going to stop him.
You think he has any chance?
No, I really don't.
Welcome back to BoxCast. Today, in this episode, we are going to be looking at the upcoming fight on September the 14th between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga. Undisputed fight. Well, nearly. No, I think Canelo's lost one of the belts and he'll given up one of the belts. So it's nearly undisputed fight. So taking place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. So shall I start with the tail of the tape? Canelo has a record of 61 wins, 2 losses and 2 draws. He's had 65 fights. 39 of those wins were by KO, so at a 64% ratio. He's age 34. His height is 5'7.5", 171 centimeters. Reaches 70.5 inches, 179 centimeters. His weight is 168 pounds, which is a super middleweight, and he fights out of an orthodox stance. Berlanga is 22 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. He's had 22 fights, 17 wins by KO, for a 77% KO ratio. He's age 27. He's 6'1", which is 185 centimeters. So a approximately 74 inch reach, 180, just a bit short of that, 185 centimeters. 73 inch reach, 185 centimeters. And he fights out of an orthodox stance as well. So Berlanga is the chosen one, who alleges to be Puerto Rican, but he's pretty much American, really.
He's from New York.
He's a Puerto Rican origin of some sort. And Canelo obviously represents Mexico. So I think this is the WBO, WBA, WBC and Ring. So IBF, he's given up, hasn't he?
I think so.
Title. So, yeah, your thoughts on this one?
You've been watching the build-up and the interviews?
A little bit, but no, I haven't watched all. I've just seen a little bit. They've been a bit tasty, though, I believe.
Yeah, Berlanga's selling the fight well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's selling the fight well. Very cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
Very cheeky.
He's the chosen one.
Yeah, but usually when people slate Canelo, it ends
it's
up
not a good idea.
Really, really badly for them. Really badly for them.
It's not a good idea to make him angry.
Obviously, I mean, this isn't the fight everyone wanted, because I think everyone's still jumping on the Canelo Benavidez, Canelo Crawford bandwagon. But this is his WBA mandatory, I believe.
Yeah.
So he's giving someone a shot, which you know, and he does tend to give all the mandatories a shot.
What's a mandatory in an unbeaten fighter who's got a...
Look, Canelo...
Who was selling the fight quite well.
Canelo's 34 now. He's had... However, God, how many fighters he had? 68?
65.
65 fights.
Professional fights.
He's still... Is he the top name in the sport? I'd say he most probably is still the top name in the sport. He can pick whoever he wants to fight.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of them. Is if people start pushing him to like the Benavidez thing, like you must take this fight. I think Canelo goes, yeah, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. What do you mean must? I don't have to take any fight.
And he doesn't have to take any fight. He's earned the right to be honest. And
well, he doesn't need the money. So there's that. He's got all the titles and the kudos. He doesn't need that.
And whoever says, I mean, I've heard a few people saying, oh, he ducks fighters. This guy's never ducked anyone.
Yeah. I was looking at who they've fought, like the resumes. So I looked at Berlanga's, and there's a few names you recognise, but it's not all. Well, Steve Rolls and what's the guy, Padraig?
McClory.
Yeah, sort of recognised. Steve Rolls obviously recognised, and then there's a few others, but like, yeah. And then you go to Canelo's. Right, let me just reel off some of the feats of fought. Well, Jaime Munguia in the last one, really. Jermel Charlo, John Ryder, Gennady Golovkin, Dmitry Bivol, Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, Avni Yildirim, Callum Smith, Sergei Kovalev, Daniel Jacobs, Rocky Fielding, Golovkin again, Julio Cesar Chavez, Liam Smith, Amir Khan, Miguel Cotto, James Kirkland, Erislandy Lara, you carry on. Floyd Mayweather Jr., Shane Mosley. So, you could do, I'm missing a few, but like, yeah.
I'd say he's fought more top 10 pound for pound fighters than any other boxer.
Yeah, probably. He doesn't duck. I mean, that's like...
No, he doesn't at all. This is going to be a good fight, this.
Yeah.
For Canelo.
Yeah. We've made him angry now, so hopefully...
If Berlanga backs up his words.
Yeah.
If he backs up his words, it's going to be... I think Canelo's going to really enjoy himself out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be quite punishing for Berlanga.
Yeah. I think it depends on if Berlanga, like we said in some of the videos, if Berlanga comes to fight, then I think he's going to.
Do you know what I mean?
But we want to see him fight.
Yeah, it's good that he's coming out saying this. He looked confident, brashy. Good on you. Obviously, it's the total opposite of how Jaime Munguia was. Munguia was very respectful. Basically, was going to let his boxing do the talking. And to be fair,
he's always like that.
And he did put in a good show against Canelo, to be fair to him. But it just showed there's a gulf in classes.
Yeah, there's a reason Canelo
is still in that elite class.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Between middleweight, super middleweight, Canelo's still a top boy.
Yeah. Well, he's not been beaten at super middleweight.
No, he's not. I don't think he got beat at middleweight either, did he?
No. I think he's 100 when he fought. He's only Mayweather, which when he was 150.
Yeah.
2 pounds or something. So what is the weight limit there? 155 or something?
I mean, that was like, how long ago was that fight now? Was that like 10 years ago?
Well, it's like a little bit of a catch weight in it because Mayweather's come up. That's a long time ago. That's over. It's the 14th of September 2013. So
11 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
So obviously he was more up and coming then. So than that.
So he was 24,
yeah.
Canelo. So he was still a little young pup, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the other one, obviously that Golovkin is Golovkin, so that was at the 160. Yeah, that's a special fighter. I do believe he lost one there, but let's take it on this. He had a draw, and then he's got his decisions. And then his only Bivol, but that was at light heavyweight, which obviously, and Bivol is a special fighter as well. So if you take them out, so 160, 168, other than Golovkin, and if you take Golovkin's special as well, he's not lost. He's won basically every other fight.
Do you jump on with all this? I'd say criticism that Canelo's been getting the past few months. I'd say it has been criticism he's been getting from people that he's ducking fighters and why isn't he fighting Benavidez? Why isn't he fighting Crawford?
Well, the Crawford one is a bit silly. I mean, as it's like a showpiece fight. It's an exhibition really, although it isn't going to be. Yeah, we get that, but I'm not sure it makes it makes a load of sense for Crawford to do that because he can only win. Even if he loses, he's had the balls to get in there. He's fighting a much bigger guy. And if he wins, it's loads of respect. What does Canelo get out of it? Nothing. He can only lose. If he wins, they're going to go, yeah, you're a bigger guy. If he loses, it ruins his
100
whole
million?
thing. Yeah. So, well, I don't think he's turned it down. He's just saying it's got to be on my terms.
No, I think like the Saudi prince has actually phoned him and said, Crawford Riyadh season, and Canelo's gone, nah. From what I'm hearing.
But I think he's basically said it's not on your terms, it's got to be on mine. If you want to sort it out, we will. I think the fight with Benavidez, but again, it's only him to lose. Benavidez stands to gain. So I can understand why he's fighting the others, but he hasn't ducked all this. He's fighting the other people in the range. Now, I think for the right money, the fight to see next would be a Benavidez. But I don't give him any disrespect for it, because from his point of view, I can understand why. And I can understand from Benavidez' point of view.
You know, it reminds me of like years ago, and the Calzaghe Froch thing, whereas if you like Canelo beat Calzaghe, Benavidez would be Froch. And you just trying to make. I think Benavidez has done a good job. He's made a name for himself on the back of Canelo.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done. Mm-hmm. I think Canelo destroys Benavidez. A lot of people are saying Benavidez rolls over Canelo. I think you're absolutely talking rubbish. I think Canelo rolls over Berlanga as well, and I think he does it really convincingly.
Yeah, he's angry now. But the only thing is, against all the other fighters, from Golovkin, Ryder, Charlo, and Munguia, it's a decision. He hasn't KO'd somebody since Caleb Plant. Obviously, Bivol was at a higher weight, so we'll ignore that. So
but go for that. Charlo
just came to defend the man all around.
He was never. No one was going to.
Ryder was an epic fight, but he's just tough as nails, and he did get knocked down. Munguia was a really good fighter, got knocked down, and he's young and a big ball as well. And Golovkin is, well, like I said, we'll ignore him because he's Golovkin. He's got chin made out of the hardest substance known to a man. So
even like Callum Smith, I think during that fight, Callum Smith was in there just to survive at the end of it, to be fair.
Well, no, I think Callum Smith came to fight, but he got his arm taken away by the cleverness of the punching him in the arm. Instead of trying to hit the body, he just took out his arm, and then he didn't know what to do. He sort of panicked and didn't really. I think he was a bit starstruck, to be fair.
Don't question Canelo's power, though. He can knock these super middleweights out.
Yeah.
He can knock Berlanga out.
Yeah. I hope he does.
So do I.
Nothing against Berlanga. I just want to see Canelo angry, proper form. I'd love to see Berlanga give it a go.
Do you know what is? I think
the problem is I don't think you can knock Canelo out at 168 or 160 or 168. I don't think he's too. I mean, if you faced Golovkin's power and he's been properly punched by Golovkin, and you're still standing up, I don't think anybody else has got the power to knock him out. No. And then that's the problem. He's just going to walk you down. He just carry on going forward. And then the second way of beating him is what Bivol did. But obviously Bivol's a bigger guy as well, is where you've got ridiculous boxing skills, in, out, box. I don't think there's anybody in this division who has that either. So, yeah, it's hard to see how
I think Canelo, he thoroughly enjoys being in the ring.
Yeah.
He absolutely loves it. I think he likes the chess match of it. He likes if a knockout's there, he will take it.
I think he's relaxed more now, but he doesn't chase it. It's just what's going on. He'll get on with it, and he knows you won. You don't need to. I don't think he needs to overextend himself. It's far more wiser boxing method than just.
I mean, let's be honest. He's most probably one of the most experienced boxers there is in boxing today.
Yeah. That's why he's the biggest name.
Yeah, and he is still the biggest name. Yeah. He can pick who he wants to fight. He can, and
I think that's where his little bit about Benavidez is, because everybody's telling him to. If they all went, no, don't fight him, I think it happened tomorrow.
I mean,
go on.
I mean, I think Eddie Hearns puts 6 matchroom fighters up against him, and he's beat every single one.
Yeah.
The only time, and I wouldn't say he's been in trouble, was Billy Jones Saunders was starting to have a bit of success in a couple
boxer, isn't he? Yeah.
And he was starting to have a little bit of success, and Canelo went, no, have that. Boom. Smashed it, literally put his skull through his face. And then it was over.
We're huge fans of Munguia. We love Munguia, but look, he still beat him. You could just see there's a level difference.
Yeah.
And Munguia is a fantastic fighter.
But Munguia will still come learn a lot from that fight.
And he's world level.
And at least he did come to fight, and he caught Canelo
he gave it a proper
times.
go. I mean, it's only really the knockdown that brought it down. He's a pretty close fighter. And Munguia is a fantastic fighter.
Canelo, I think when he gets respect for a boxer in the ring,
I think that's why he didn't hunt him down.
He won't go for a knockout.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a bit mad, but I don't think he goes for a knockout when he gets respect. I think it was with John Ryder.
Yeah, he had proper respect.
John
Ryder's fight was fantastic. Ryder we know as well, isn't it? Ryder's a warrior. Let's give it that.
Canelo's he's one of my favourite fighters, always has been.
The one out of them was disappointing. Munguia fight wasn't. Ryder wasn't. It's Charlo. He just came to run.
Yeah, but that was Charlo's doing.
He just survived. That was his whole kudos to survive.
Absolutely ridiculous.
The Golovkin fights were fantastic as well. And then, like I said, both of them have got rock hard iron chins, made out of granite, real granite. So,
do you give Berlanga a chance in this?
Yeah, because I think he's got the brashness and the age. He will have confidence. I don't think he's going to come. I think he believes he's got a chance, which will make it interesting. I just think depending how much he follows their game plan or whether he deters from his corner's game plan.
See, because
if he's sensible but comes forward, then I think he's got a good chance.
I think Canelo can be outboxed.
Yeah. Well, we've seen that.
He can be outboxed.
Well, I think Munguia was doing a bit of that. Boxed him for a bit until he went down, and then he's just ground him the other way.
Because Canelo's he hasn't got the biggest output of punches.
No.
He really hasn't.
He stands down on his punches, and his punches have an effect, shall we say.
But he's not a 200-300, round.
Well, Billy Joe Saunders had that, because he is a boxer, but unfortunately he doesn't have the power, but he had the boxing skill, and he had a couple of those rounds where you thought,
yeah,
and then he's just like you said, he just turned it and went, no, stop doing that. Boom.
I'm going to have a look. How many average punches does Canelo throw a fight?
It's not huge.
Bear with us 1 second.
Because it's not like a jab person. It's used to put it out.
40 punches per round.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
Whereas, I think Munguia is what do we say, 60 or 70, I think, if I remember correctly.
Munguia was 63. Canelo throws 40.
Yeah. And Munguia is the more, a high output in that range. So he's below. He's 2/3 of the high output. 40 is more cruiserweight level, I think, isn't it? Light heavyweight cruiserweight level.
Yeah.
Although I think Usyk throws way more than that around. So
no, I can't see nothing but a Canelo win. I think it will be an exciting fight at times. And I think I think what'll happen with Berlanga is he's going to get cocky.
Yeah.
I think he's going to win a couple of rounds, get really, really cocky. And
get caught.
And that, yeah. I do see that happening. And I think Canelo will go for the knockout.
Yeah. Well, I think once he smells blood, he will take. Because I think he's been angered, he will take him out.
Yeah.
I think normally he would have let it go. If you're respectful, I think he lets it
like
go.
You say, you can't.
So you think Berlanga's going to start stronger? Get a couple.
Yeah.
Because Canelo does normally start a bit slowly.
Yeah, no, I think Berlanga
works into the fight.
I think Berlanga will win a few rounds.
Yeah, and then well, that's what I was saying about. I think if he sticks to the game plan, he might get a few more than a couple of rounds. I think the problem is unless he's just putting on a show, he'll get a bit cocky, and then I think then Canelo will start taking over. And we'll catch him.
But I think Canelo will do it on purpose. I think Canelo will just lure him in.
To draw him out. Draw him in.
Yeah, and then just go... I think Canelo will just touch him, get his range in. Maybe just start at the body. And then he'll hit him with some bigger shots, round 5, round 6.
Yeah.
And then he'll start getting to work, Canelo. It's usually what he does.
It's usually about that time, isn't it? About 4th, 5th round, isn't it? When he starts from about the 3rd, doesn't he? Then he starts warming up, and then about 4th, 5th, and then they start to realise, wait a minute, he hits hard.
Yeah,
and he's accurate.
And I think he will take him out. And I think he'll enjoy taking this guy out.
Yeah. Which is why it will be worth watching, because I think, like you said, against Munguia, it was a really good fight, but I think because Munguia was so respectful, he's been respectful back. And Munguia's tough young guy. He's a big guy as well and a good boxer.
And he's a Mexican.
Yeah. So I think he's done. And this, Puerto Rican has been a little bit cocky, so I think it's going to...
He's from New York.
Yeah, he's American. I think Canelo will put him in his place. And don't get me wrong, Berlanga is a good fighter, but yeah, Canelo is Canelo. And I think it's hard to see anybody beating him at this sort of level. And I don't think Berlanga's faced anybody like our man. So.
Nowhere near.
Yeah.
And I think he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Man, it's great. But keep the trash talk going now, because it's...
Fantastic entertainment.
It's great stuff. It's
build up the fight.
Selling the fight well.
Yeah. So you think the chosen one is going down? So you think he has any chance?
No, I really don't.
Yeah.
I really, really don't.
I can't see any weakness in, like I said, at these weights, I can't see any weight in Canelo.
He'd
have to be an awesome boxer.
Yeah,
I don't think he is.
He's not going to outbox him for...
Not for 12 rounds.
Not for full 12 rounds.
Yeah, you might box him for a few.
He'll win 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah.
But he's not going to outbox him for 12 rounds, plain and simple, and he's not going to stop him.
Yeah. I can't, like I said, at this, so I don't see anybody stopping him.
So I'm going for a prediction of 10th round KO Canelo.
Okay. 10th KO.
And Canelo's going to really enjoy doing it.
I think he's going to enjoy doing it and do it a little bit faster. I am going to go for 8th round KO. Because I think, I agree. I think Berlanga's probably going to come out fast. Probably get it 2 or 3 rounds in. And then I think Canelo's going to get angry and start...
I think Canelo will purposely give Berlanga confidence.
Yeah, to draw him out and then work out where he's got his openings. Yeah. And then I think he'll take care of him quite quickly. I think in about 3 or 4 rounds, he's going to sort him out. Once he's got his timing and range, I think he's going to purposely play possum for a little bit and then, destroy him, basically. So,
I hope so.
8th round KO. I don't think Berlanga's got enough power to take him out, and I don't think he's a good enough boxer to outbox him. I think Canelo has too much power.
I really, really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy with that.
That's a good one. And there's not really anybody else in the... Well, there's a few up-and-coming ones in the division, isn't it? That'll be interesting to see, but it's hard to see any of them do.
No, I don't think... I think after this, Canelo...
Benavidez and then...
Possibly, yeah.
Then Crawford and walk off into the sunset with his 300-400 million, and then that's it. Well, I don't see any reason why he would want to fight anybody else in there. There isn't anybody really. They're all up-and-comers, which is better for him to open the door once he's done his thing. And like you said, he's been fighting since, I think we've said in one of our early videos, since like 16, 15.
Yeah.
So even though he's like 34 isn't that old for him, a boxer, 65 fights. 66 is going to be after this, isn't it? So it's a lot of fights. And he's got nothing to prove. No, I think even against that, and that's the thing with Benavidez. I think he's only got to lose. He's got nothing to win. And against Canelo, against Crawford, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So as much as we'd like to see him, I can understand his point of view. But you never know.
We'll see what
things happen. We will see what happens. And it'll be good to watch. There's a good undercard on this thing as well, so I think we'll be making another video. See if we change our mind after any Berlanga's press conferences. We'll bring another one with all the undercard because there's some very interesting fights on the undercard. So it's a good event. I think this is the Zone pay-per-view.
Yeah, it will be.
It's going to be on that level, but they put enough fights on it, so it should be.
Yeah, that's why the undercard will be
watching,
good.
and the undercard will be worth watching. And yeah, we'll bring you a video on that. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. Are we too confident of Canelo? Has Berlanga got a chance? Come on, Puerto Ricans.
No, he doesn't. He's
no
from
Yorkers
New York.
or whatever. And yeah, who would you like to see Canelo fight next? Do you think those fights are going to happen, or any of the others? Do you think the Crawford one happens? Would you like to see that? And we shall, and like, subscribe, and the usual goodness, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.